in some mysterious and magical ways. This last Sunday, January 29th of 2023, the choir at Eastwood Memorial United Methodist Church sang the song, "Come to Jesus," the untitled hymn, originally written and performed by Chris Rice. Chris Rice is one of my favorite artists of all times. I had a chance to see him live in concert once, and it was a tremendous experience, being able to be up close in concert with an artist that I truly admire. Now, Judy Adams, our choir director, had really no idea that this was one of my favorite songs. But not only was it one of my favorite songs, it's become a song that has become very meaningful to me through the years because it describes and explains our journey with Jesus. In Matthew's Gospel, chapter 11, verse 28, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." This, of course, inspired Chris Rice to write this song. In the song, it says, "Weak and wounded sinners, lost and left to die, raise your head, for love is passing by." I love these lines because it reminds us that each and every one of us are weak and wounded by sin. Sin has so pervaded our lives that we are affected in every aspect. And in that effect, it causes us to lay our heads down and be ashamed. But God wants to remind us that love is passing by in the person and the work of Jesus Christ. And so Chris Rice reminds us to raise our heads, to look, to know that we have a great invitation to come to Jesus. As Jesus told his disciples so long ago, he calls us to come to him, come to Jesus. In the Gospel of John, chapter 14, it says this, Jesus answered, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Another invitation to come to Jesus. The song, "Come to Jesus," continues by saying, "Now your burden's lifted and carried far away. Precious blood has washed away the stain. So sing to Jesus, sing to Jesus." In our worship life, we sing to Jesus because we know that he has given his life, his love, and his heart for us. We can sing praises to God because we've been set free from sin, and we can also come to him. The song continues to talk about our journey with Jesus throughout our lives. And it says, "Like a newborn baby, don't be afraid to crawl. But remember when you walk, sometimes you fall." We know that as we fall, as we walk with God, we sometimes fall and take steps backwards. Sin so affects our lives that it doesn't just go away because we've come to Jesus, but Jesus continues to work on us to make us brighter and better and stronger. And when we fall, the song reminds us to fall on Jesus, to fall on Jesus. Sometimes the way is lonely, Chris Rice says, and steep and filled with pain. But when the sky is dark and pours the rain, he tells us to cry to Jesus. I wish that I could tell you, my friends, that life is perfect, that once you come to Jesus, everything is going to be okay. But we are told and we are reminded over and over again that life will bring us trouble, but God brings us light, hope, and peace through his grace and through the person of Jesus. We are told to cry to Jesus, cry to Jesus. Oh, and when the love spills over, the song continues, and music fills the night, and when you can't contain the joy inside. Do you hear that line? When you can't contain the joy inside. I hope and I pray that you've had moments and times with Jesus where your joy just overflows. And he reminds us to sing to Jesus, to dance to Jesus, to dance for Jesus. Finally, the song ends with an invitation for us at our final heartbeat, when we kiss this world goodbye, to raise our head and to know that we have peace with God. And we now can laugh on glory's side. And it tells us to fly to Jesus and fly to Jesus. After each chorus, it reminds us to do something that's important in our life. To come, to cry, to dance, to walk, to fall, and even to fly to Jesus. But then each of those final refrains or choruses ends with, "and live." I hope that this week you will lean into your faith with Jesus, that you will take this invitation and that you will come to Jesus at every aspect and every walk of your life. And you will be reminded of the prophet Joel, who said in chapter 2, verse 32, "And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved."